Hello everyone, welcome to HEREAL experience. Oh my goodness, it's yet another beautiful day in the month of July. Woohoo! The year is moving as quick as it can, and what would you say if or do you think you agree with me if I should say that you young ladies and women out there are doing phenomenal job? You know, I'm not in everybody's home. I can see what is going on in your life, but I know that you are trying, and you're not just trying, you're trying hard. And I'm so grateful that you are not giving up yet, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I just want to, before we start today's episode, to say that keep on pressing on, because that day is coming. I know you've been waiting for a longer time, and sometimes it doesn't seem that you're getting there yet, but the good news is you're not giving up. So when you look at the two, you're not getting there, you're not giving up. What are you doing? You're keeping pressing on, right? And that is what on HEREAL experience we're trying to do. We're trying to inspire, encourage, motivate, and transform our lives the best that we can by hearing each other's live, real stories. Not what you've heard from someone, but what you were actually going through, that you think, hey, I've been there, done that, and I think I can share this story to help motivate someone. So on that note, today I have our beautiful Sasha here. Hi, Sasha.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. You know, I'll let her tell you where she's coming from, a long way, but I am so happy when she came into the area. I said, Sasha, come on now. I know you don't have much time, you know. She came down celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday again to you.
Thank you.
And she had a wonderful, phenomenal time. She's about to head back to where she came from. I said, you're not leaving me just like that.
Not yet.
We had to have some time together. So, welcome, Sasha.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here.
HEREAL experience is honored to have you on the show.
Yes.
So, I'm not gonna do much talking, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna be interjecting here and there, but I'm gonna let Sasha do her own talking. So, first of all, I'm gonna let her introduce herself, even though I've mentioned her name. Yes, we go on first name basis, but I'm gonna let her do the rest of the introduction. So,
Okay.
The floor is yours.
My name is Sasha. I am a 30-year-old mother that I live in Connecticut currently, and I run a platform on Instagram that has almost 300,000 followers. And we talk mainly about motherhood, the struggles of momming in this kind of day and age, and just going through life together. I usually bring you along on vlog style type vlogs, and I just kind of bring you around for my day-to-day and show you how I move through life at a slow pace, a very unhurried mothering. And yeah, that's just what my platform is all about.
You heard her saying how she moves on a slow pace, right?
Slow pace. Slow pace. Yes, I do. I try to remain very unhurried because I do suffer from anxiety. So I find that the best thing for my anxiety is just to do everything very slow and just not rush. There is no rush. So I try to keep my schedule very empty. My days are filled with very small projects, and I just move through my life very unhurried, and it helps my anxiety a lot.
So we're gonna pick on her a little bit. She just said unhurried.
Unhurried!
Okay, so when we talk about life in general,
Sure.
you and I know there are a lot of viewers there who are mothers, are kind of made to hurry up. Everything has to be go,
Yeah.
When did you realize that, hey Sasha, who sir? Take your time, it's not a race. Slow down. What time in your life did you decide to take a different look at taking your time and not hurrying up?
Sure. Well, I think it's hard too, because course, you said motherhood. You're always wanting to go, you know, soccer practice, swimming lessons, you're just going to school, and then you're going to art class, and there's just all these things that you need to do in a day. And it's hard because we were raised in a really fast-paced society. So everything is go, 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 go. And then you go into motherhood, and of course it's the same exact thing, but now you have little ones who are, you know, not really listening and kind of going here and there. So I think it kind of started for me after I gave birth to my son Mason. I have 2 kids. My daughter Adeline is 5, and my son Mason is 3. And after my son was born, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, which was new because I hadn't had that with my firstborn. And I was getting medicated for it from a doctor, and I started to not really like the way that I felt on the medication. And so that's when I kind of dove into the big World Wide Web of trying to figure out other ways that I could calm my nervous system and get out of fight or flight without having to take a pill every day. And one of the first things that I kept seeing again and again was just to do things slowly. You know, you're brushing your teeth and you're going really fast, or you're vacuuming the floor and you're going really fast. The best thing and the easiest thing, the cheapest thing that you can do is just to do it slowly. Just brush your teeth slowly and vacuum slowly, and it makes your body release something that takes you out of fight or flight, and it calms your nervous system. And when I started doing that, if I am calm, calm is contagious. So my children were more calm, and my husband was more calm, and our home was more inviting and warm and welcoming, and all because I just slowed down. So now unhurried is my thing, and I talk about it all the time on my page about the importance of being unhurried, because life comes and goes, you know, whether I'm rushing or I'm slowing down, it's all moving at the same speed. And so I just realized that this is what works for me, and this is what makes me happy, is to just be, you know? You don't have to have a million things. That doesn't mean that we don't do things, you know? We still do swim lessons, and Mason does basketball practice, but there's no rush. There is no rush. And kind of coming to terms with that and being at peace with being unhurried.
Wow. So
I know, it's so weird. I feel like a lot of people don't want to be unhurried, you know? And it really helps your nervous system and your mental health.
So ladies, I know we have some gentlemen on here too. You're welcome, yes.
We do like men on the show too.
Yes,
we like
we
those
do.
too.
We do. So with a little bit that Sasha is sharing, it's amazing how you stated that you were being medicated to suppress that. But yet you realize that, no, I think there's another way I can do this. I have to slow down. And we've not talked for long on the show, but already there's some confirmation that slowing down does not mean you left behind.
Sure, yeah.
Slowing down does not mean you're not getting things done.
Yeah.
Because I've been there having that young babies. You need to get things done.
Yes.
Right? And that alone can program your mind not to slow down. But thinking about it the other way, if we can just slow down and not take that medication, how great is that?
I know. You enjoy life more.
How amazing is that?
I know.
There's more value in wanting to solve problems naturally than always going for the medication.
Yeah, and I think that's common. I mean, and I am actually still on medication at this point. I was off for a while, and then I had a really hard time about a year ago, and I got back on medication. And I don't think there's anything wrong with
not at all
needing a hand up every once in a while in the form of a little blue pill.
Yes.
And I think you just need to be attuned in your body. Are you checking all the other boxes? Are you moving your body? Are you sleeping enough? Are you nourishing your body? Are you taking care of your mental health? And if you're doing all of these other things, but you're still having a hard time staying above water, I think it's okay to reach for something else.
Yes.
And if that something else is an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety,
why not?
it doesn't have to be forever. It can be just until you're on the other side of that mountain.
I think I'm just proud of you, the fact that you realize that, okay, thank you, doctor. Okay, I appreciate this, but guess what? Let me do something for myself to help enhance this experience so that I know that even though that pill is there,
Yeah.
Esther, I can do something for myself. Sasha, I can do something for myself to help the experience be better. So
Yeah.
I am so, there are a lot of us out there who are going through life experiences, and we might not have given the thought of, let me help myself too.
Sure.
And not solely depend on what the doctors are telling us or what the doctors are prescribing. We love our doctors. We need that in every family. I always say that because they are doctors for a reason, right? And God is giving them that wisdom to hear what we're going through and be able to say, you know what, from what you were saying, this is what I think you need. And doctors out there, keep up doing the great job. We need you, but we are happy to also know that we can also sit down and assess certain things and say that, hey, maybe let me change the way I'm eating. Let me change the way I'm sleeping. Let me change the way I am going out there busy all the time, and let me slow down. Hopefully that can bring some benefit to my life. So moving on, I just want to get to how successful this young lady is doing in her business. And I know you're like, really? What is going on? What is it that you guys want to tell us? Yeah, just be patient, okay? We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Sasha, so tell us,
Okay.
how are you doing? I mean, how many followers?
Almost 300. Oh, I think it's, to be more specific, I think it's like 269,000.
269,000. Okay, so tell me, how did you start this journey?
I started the journey about, I guess it's maybe 4 years ago now.
Okay.
My son was just born and I was craving community. I'm a military family, so that forces us to move every 3 years. So my community is always leaving me, or I'm always leaving my community. And that's really hard. And I always found lots of comfort in creating things. I'm very artistic. And so I decided to make these little silly vlogs. And I just got a $20 tripod off Amazon. And I started making these little clips, and at first they were just for me, and I just loved watching them. They made me feel so happy when I would watch it at the end of the day, just to see how much I accomplished. And I get a lot done in a day. We're doing painting, and we're going on nature walks, and we're going to the pool, and it was just so fun to watch that I decided to start sharing it with the world. So I made my account not private. I started adding hashtags. I started being more consistent. I started being more creative. And I'd say after about 2 years of kind of dabbling in it, I really locked down. And for a full year, I was very consistent with my content and my posting. Even the days I didn't want to set up my tripod, I still did, because for 1 straight year, I posted a reel every single day. And that got me the reach that I needed to grow the community that I have.
Okay, so ladies, okay, now lovely people out there, from what Sasha is saying, I had creativity, I heard consistency, I heard not private. What else am I missing?
I think you got it.
Okay, so you started an account where it was private, and I love it when she said, at the end of the day when I watch it, I'm so happy to see what I've accomplished.
Yeah, it feels like a digital scrapbook, like a digital baby book or something. Digital journal, I don't know.
How many of us love to watch ourselves?
It is, it's really uplifting.
Right?
It is.
Some of us go like, oh my goodness, I don't like the way my hair was. Oh my goodness, I don't like, I think I had something on my forehead. We are always criticizing when we take our own videos and stuff, but you loved watching yourself and seeing what you've accomplished during the day. And then she said she became consistent and made it not private, meaning unfortunately, you cannot be private person if you're trying to encourage people out there. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
To build a community, it doesn't work like that. You have to come out of that shell, right? So I'll switch a little bit back to me. So I started her real experience on my birthday, March 30th this year. And when I look at my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, I'm like, God, am I really growing? Is this gonna work out? But I just heard what Sasha said. It's not in a year, it's not 2 years, 3 years. Started really growing.
Good things take time.
All right, Esther, take your time, okay? It's gonna be okay.
Yes, yes. I heard this quote once, and it was, when you can't stay motivated, you stay consistent. So even on the days where you're like, I don't think I'm growing, I don't think this is working, I don't think my hard work is paying off, you just shove all that aside and you stay consistent, because you have to remember your goal. And my goal was to build a community just like you. So we're building and we're working, and you don't build, and Rome wasn't built in a day.
No.
You know, it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time. And if you want something done, you have to do it right. And that takes time. So it's slowly being consistent, showing up even when you don't want to. And eventually you'll have your goal. You'll have what you are working towards. It just takes time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Alright guys, we are back with a big bang. Well, that was a short break behind the scenes, just laughing and giggling about certain things. But Sasha,
Yes.
I wanted to know, can you let our viewers, I know there are a lot of ladies and gentlemen out there who are content creators, and I'm not the only one wearing the shoes where I'm saying, oh my goodness, is this ever gonna grow? It looks like I'm crawling.
Yeah. But you're moving.
Yes.
You're crawling.
A lot of people out there also thinking like that.
Yeah.
Aside being consistent, do you think there is one or two advice that you can give to content creators out there who are not just content creators? That is what they do. That's your job. They're looking forward to monetize on that. They're looking forward to make a living on that.
Sure.
Is there anything else that you think we are missing that we can add on to make this dream of building a community and being successful at it come true?
I think what separates the creators who don't create a big platform and the creators that do is having something really important to say and something really important to share. So for me personally, I'm a mother, so I enjoy motherhood content. I enjoy going on Instagram and looking at mothers who are being honest and real and vulnerable and sharing their hard times and sharing their joys. And I think there's a curtain between creators and audience, and I really appreciate the creators who take that curtain down. And let's be real and let's be authentic and genuine. The curated content is, I think, does well, but I don't think that curated content is what will succeed and what people resonate with. So I think just having something really good to bring to the table, something that will make the world brighter, I think that is what sets you apart, because people want to feel good when they go on Instagram. They want to see a video and say, oh, I'm not the only mom who sometimes loses their shit on their kids. I'm not the only mom who sometimes gets impatient or gets angry, and you need to know these things. And I think that's what separates my page apart from other pages, is that we just need to be honest and authentic and real and raw. That's what we want. So I think just showing up as you are and sharing your heart is what will make you successful.
So with that saying, do we have, you know how sometimes you thinking about, is this the right time? Have you ever feel like, is this the right time for me to share this story or to share this content? Has it ever happened to you?
Absolutely. I think Two, people see content creators and they think they're not real people, you know? Like they're like we're watching a TV show and these are just actors, but this is really my life, and I have hard times and I have really good times, and because my work is in front of a camera, it gets really difficult when I'm going through a hard time, which I have gone through just recently in March, and I still have to show up and go in front of the camera and promote products and talk about companies, and it's really hard to do that when you're struggling mentally to even, you know, find joy in the smallest things in your day. And I had this precipice that I stood on recently where I wanted to, and I had to, because I have contracts to fulfill, show up, but I didn't want to because I was in such a dark place. And so instead of curling in and just pushing out the content, I made a story and I said, listen, I'm in a really dark place and I'm having a really hard time, but I still need to show up here and I would love your support.
Which is great.
Which is vulnerable, and it's powerful, and people really resonated with that. Yes. And so all of the content that I was putting out was only paid partnerships, which is not what I usually do. I'm putting out other content as well for 3 months, and people supported it and were commenting and sharing even though I wasn't doing anything else for them. And I think me being able to stand in front of them and say, I'm not going to stand in front of the camera and smile like everything's fine, because it's not.
Yes.
But I still need to show up because this is my job and this is my work, and I would love your support. And I just kind of put the ball in their court and they picked it up and they were wonderful.
Sasha, this is deep.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I know my question was might be too straightforward, but yes, I really wanted to know, because as content creators, sometimes you sit before you turn the camera on, you are assessing what you're about to say. You are assessing what you're about to give out, right? And sometimes it dawns on you. Do you think you want to do this right now? Don't you think you want to wait? You're not really feeling good, and you just hit the nail on the head. You might not be feeling good. You still have to show up. And you show up authentically, letting them know that, hey, yes, I'm here, but really, I'm not good.
Yes, and I think too, I don't want to deceive anyone or mislead them. Like, I have this perfect life and this is what's happening and I'm so wonderful and happy, when really inside I'm feeling dark. So just break down the curtain. Tell them, I'm a real person, I'm having a really hard time, but I'm still going to show up. And I'd love you to be there for me.
Break down the curtain. Break down the curtain. So we need to rip that curtain off and be able to present ourselves just the way we are. Like you said,
just
sometimes
come as you are.
You're happy. Sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
So if you're happy and you're gonna show up happy, when you're not, you show up and not be happy, right? But you leave the ball in their courts to let whoever, and I think that is so true, to the point that you get to know the people who are really supporting you.
Exactly.
Because I always say that when you are friends, you show up whether it's good or it's bad.
Yeah.
You don't, when you are only showing up when it's good, then you really are not.
You're not there for the right
You're not really there to support.
Exactly.
And so I love the fact that you said that show up just the way you are, however you're feeling, and communicate that out. Because it's only when you communicate that out that people would really, not say really listen, but really drawn to your story.
Yeah.
Because
you're showing your heart.
You're showing your heart. And we are not perfect. No. We might come behind the camera and look all good, but you never know what we might have gone through this morning.
Yeah, you really don't know.
You really don't know.
I know, and I think that's what makes my platform so special to me, is that I have been showing up as not my best self, and I get so much love and so much support. That corner of the internet, my little slice that I have, is so special to me, because I can go there and I can say I'm having a really hard time, and I can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages of women saying, I'm so happy that you shared this because I also feel this way, and I've gone through a hard time, and I still have to be a mom, and and there's just so much joy in knowing, and so much peace in knowing that you're not fighting this battle alone. I always say, like, ever since I've gone through a hard time, I've learned that it's not an original experience.
No.
There are really no original experiences.
Nope.
There's always somebody who has had that same experience that you can lean on and you can talk with.
Yes.
And I really didn't know that until I was in my trauma, that I could look out and be like, this is not an original experience. And there's so much peace in that.
And I think there's so much encouragement in that too. And it's funny you said that, because on her real experience, what inspired me to create this platform or this community was you're not the only one who's been there. Someone has been there before.
Always.
And if you are going through it, you're not the only one there right now. And so the platform is to encourage, inspire, and motivate you to say, hey, pick yourself up. It's gonna be okay. Yes, you down for a moment, but you're gonna come out, because I was there before and I've come out. I was there before and I'm better. And so why don't we share our stories and encourage each other? And it's priceless.
It is. There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like knowing that someone has been there before and that you'll not be the last.
Yeah, you'll not be the last. I know.
You will not be the last.
There's a lot of hope in that.
There is a lot of hope in that, and I think as women, I always say that we kind of stay in our shells a lot of times. I don't want somebody to judge me. I don't want somebody to say this about me. Whether we like it or not, that's part of the world. That's part of the life we live in. People are going to choose to either be positive or negative. But what are we trying to draw towards? The positiveness. So the negativity is going to come anyway. So on that note, have you had any negativities since you started this platform, this community? Have you have any messages, or has anybody just sat down and thought, I don't have anything positive to say, but I'm gonna let her know this? Have you had that?
Yes, absolutely. I think it just comes with the territory, unfortunately. But I will say that once you keep at it and your heart is true and you enjoy doing what you're doing, you become so callous to it that it's almost laughable when you receive an unkind message, because you know it's not true, because you're being true.
Yes.
And that takes a lot of power to get there. And I would not gonna sit here and lie. There was many times where I would get a horrible comment or a horrible message and I'd want to throw in the towel. I'd be like, oh, well, I guess that's who I am. And then you just stay motivated and you stay consistent and you just keep working. And eventually, as we talked about before we even hit record, the positives and the goodness become louder than the negative and the hate. And that's what you want. That is the goal and that is the sweet spot, because you are not able to control anybody but yourself. And so you can be negative, they can be negative and hateful, and you just stay true to yourself, and then it won't hurt. You will be calloused. You just protect your heart at all costs.
So looking at where you were, where you are, can you tell us a little bit, just a sneak peek, what is your next goal?
My next goal.
Yes. I know, I'll put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
No, my next goal. You know, it's at first it was about numbers, right? It was about how many paid partnerships I'm landing or how many followers I have. I wanted to get that K, like 10K, and then I wanted 100K, and then I hit 200K, and I was like, well, now I want 300K. It's always like a numbers game. But if you ask me on a deeper level what my goal is, it would be to reach the people that need to be reached by what I'm creating. So a lot of times I'll post a reel and someone will be like, I needed this. You don't know how much I needed this. And that's why I stay. Because you never really know who needs it and when it will find them. Yes. And I just wanted to find the people who need it. And if that requires a few hate comments or a few, not nice messages, I think that's worth it. It's worth the headache, honestly, of putting yourself out there and having people be unkind. My goal is to connect with people and to make motherhood feel less alone, and to just kind of be a beacon for people, like a safe place where they can go on the internet and feel warm and happy and bright and beautiful and wonderful, and I want them to feel all these good things when they go to my page. I don't want them to feel shame. I don't want them to feel like they need to compare themselves to how I'm parenting. I don't want them to feel judged. None of that. I want them to come and it feel like a friend, like you're coming home to a friend. And I think I have created this community where people do feel like that, and that makes me really proud. So my goal would be just not number based. It would just be to reach more people and make them feel less alone.
That is so amazing because when it comes to social media, you and I know, and our audiences also know that it becomes mostly like a competition, right? But the real deal is being able to reach that person. That one reel might reach just one person and save one person's life or a situation that they're going through, and that's all you need.
Makes them feel lighter. That's all I need. That's all I need.
And that's all you need. And so it is amazing to know that, yes, you're saying, yes, I'm not saying the numbers don't matter. So yes, Esther, her real experience got to do a little bit much better. Yes, and I hear that. Yeah, that's my new coach anyway. I just want you to know. But you were saying that even though that the numbers matters, the goal should not be the numbers. It should be the people. It should be the impact you're making. It should be the audience you're trying to reach. And those comments, yes, can come, be nice or not be nice. At the end of the day, that's not our motive. The end of the day,
It's not to make everyone happy.
no, we might not be for everyone. And it's amazing to even know that there is somebody who needs that message and still they're in denial. What can you do about it? You can't do anything about it.
No.
You just have to keep pushing and pushing, and maybe one day they will scroll back and say, you know what, I think I saw something from her and I need it right now. And they would replay or they would go search for it, and at that time it will mean what it has to mean in their life.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is such an eye-opening, Sasha, because as much as we don't want to admit, the social media is social media, and it always be social media. The influence is gonna be there, positive, negative. But I think that as content creators, we need to stick to the fact and know that once you are out there, you are out there. And you are building your brand. And you are basically, like you said, letting people know your life, what is going on in your life. So if you want it to positively impact somebody, it will. If it's gonna negatively impact somebody too, it can, but we want to stay on the positive side because there's a lot of negativity already in the world, right? And there's a lot of positivity. I want to believe that.
Yes.
And I know you believe that too.
Yeah.
But we want to be able to draw together, build the community where when you have a hard day, you can be on your phone, you can be on your tablet and say, hey, I know she's gonna make me smile. I know she's gonna say something that's gonna uplift my spirit. I know she's gonna say something that's gonna inspire and encourage me. And I solely believe that is what we should continue striving for, and the numbers will come by itself, right?
They really do. It's like a side effect of the effect. So you're saying I want to impact people and do good and put good out in the world where there is so much bad. Let's just shove a bunch of good in their face, you know? That's what we want. And the side effect is you get a lot of followers.
Yes.
So I think if you just keep your goal in, what's your goal? You want to do good. And I've always been the kind of person that's wanted to do good and put good in the world. And people may call me naive. I have been called naive recently by a therapist.
No way.
But I believe that if you put good in the world, you receive good.
Yes.
And so I am on this journey of posting my life and being real and vulnerable and sharing lots of good and uplifting mothers. And I think that good is coming back to me in the form of my platform, in the form of me not having to go to work. I make my living from my phone. I get to stay home with my babies, and that's my good. And that's my reward from the universe for putting good out. Yeah.
That's amazing. So I know she hasn't talked about her page yet, so I'm gonna let you, even though you're going to see it on the on this video. I'm gonna let her share the name of her page so that you can go follow, support. That's what we're looking for. Grow the community. So, Sasha, what is the name of your page?
It's just my first and last name. It's just Sasha Dube.
Okay.
Super simple, easy to remember.
All right. Okay. So mine is Her Real Experience. I know your real experience. Her Real Experience. Hers is Sasha Dube.
Yep.
So please go on Instagram, follow her, support her. The community is big anyway. So. Yes, we still need your support. So we want to grow that page, and I am so excited for what she is doing. I know today she is here. Tomorrow we don't know what God has in store, but I know something big is coming down the road. And so stay connected, stay in contact, stay supporting. You don't lose anything to support, right? You gain everything. We all gain and we all grow together. So I'm gonna take her last words and we will call it a day, but until she gives us her last words, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna stay here and keep talking. So Sasha, what will be your last words for us, for me, for audience out there, your future followers who are going to start following? What are the few words you want to leave us with today?
Oh, that's putting me on the spot. Let me think. Let me dig deep in my heart here. I think I would just say, if you're a follower, if you want to be a follower, I hope you'll come along, and I hope I can become a comfort creator, is a new term that I learned, and you can look at my content and feel joy. That's really all I want. And if you're an aspiring content creator, I would just say to lead with your heart above all else and ignore all the hate because it's not important, and preserve your heart at all costs and preserve your peace at all costs.
Wow. Wow. Sasha, thank you so much for coming on Her Real Experience. I'm so excited to have you. You are my third guest on this show. Yes. So I know it will not be the last. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you so much. Before you get on the road to Connecticut, you spend some time with Her Real Experience. And ladies and gentlemen, like I always say, I would love to have you on the show if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a young lady, woman out there who wants to share their stories. You know, there's something that somebody can take something out of. Please send me an email, herrealexperience.com, and I will be happy to have you on here. I know you're like, Esther, you know where I live at? Yeah, she's from Connecticut. How about that? So until I hear from all of you, let's continue to inspire, encourage, motivate, and transform our lives to be the best that we can be out here. From Her Real Experience, God bless you, and you have an amazing week.
Bye.
Bye.